Hi everybody, it is Saturday, July 2nd, and we are in Grand Junction, Colorado for our show tonight. And then off to Taos, New Mexico tomorrow, I think, and then off to Red Rocks after that. So we are grinding a path. But we had a great show last night in Salt Lake City. The crowd was fantastic, the weather was perfect, and God knows that location was unbelievable. I think tonight we're playing in a theater, so I'll check that out. If it's filmable, I'll give you a little snippet of that. But I thought I would go ahead right now and play a little music for you. This is an artist who I've talked about twice before on here, and I loved working with her. And this was some of the songs that weren't like the big hit off the thing. I really like going and visiting albums and finding other songs on them other than the ones that were all getting the airplay. And this is Olivia Newton-John. We did an album called Making a Good Thing Better back in 1977. The sad part of this is we cut at Armin Steiner's studio, Sound Labs, which was catty corner from Capitol Records in Hollywood. And when we just played in Los Angeles with Lyle at the Greek, they put us at a hotel. And the hotel is where Sound Labs was. They bulldozed the complex down and built a hotel there. And it was a great room. I did a lot of records in there from the Dodgers when they won the World Series, to Diana Ross, to all kinds of things, to Olivia Newton-John. We did lots and lots and lots of records there. It was a beautiful studio. So it always breaks my heart when I suddenly go, oh God, this is where Sound Labs was. But this album was produced by John Farrar and engineered by several engineers, Bill Schnee, the great Bill Schnee, Armin Steiner, and Linda Tyler, and Tom Bush. And it was mixed by Bill Schnee and Elliot Shiner. I mean, these are like the heavyweights in the business. It was really something to be in there with them. I always loved working with these guys. I've done so many records with Bill Schnee over the years, and I just saw him recently. And his son has turned into a really gifted artist too. Doing his music is like film score, and man, he's really good. I just remember giving him a bass when he was like 12 years old to mess around with. So it's always fascinating to watch people's lives evolve. So I'm going to play a couple of songs here, and then I have a silly story about something that happened during this project. But I'm going to do You Won't See Me Cry is the name of this track. And it was written by Joe Falcia and Stephen Sinclair. And the band on this is myself, Jeff Porcaro, Jeff and Joe Porcaro on percussion, John Farrar and Jay Graydon on guitar, George Marl on oboe and ocarina, and the background vocals on this are Olivia's parts. So here we go. Let's listen to it. A song.
Protected by each other, like a hand me, you won't see me cry. Maybe I will write you someday. I'm a forward to see if you're surviving, living all alone. Know that I still love you, that I cannot lie. You won't see me cry. You won't see me. You won't see me cry. You won't see me cry. You won't see me. You won't see me cry. You won't see me cry. You won't see me cry. You won't see me
Well, she nailed some beautiful background parts on that. It's really, it sounds so of that period too, these beautiful ballads and stuff. And, you know, and being in the studio and seeing Jeff Porcaro and his father, Joe Porcaro, doing percussion was so great. I did a lot of film score with Joe. Joe is a fabulous drummer. It was amazing. The Porcaros were and are like one of the most amazing families I've ever known. And I did tons and tons of records with Jeff during his brief life, because he died so young. I can't even imagine the contributions he would have made had he still been with us. And then, you know, and Mike was such a wonderful cat and such a great bass player. And I've always felt, you know, that whole mixed blessing of when he asked me to go out with Toto, because he couldn't do it anymore because of the advancement of ALS in him, which eventually took his life. But he was one beautiful, soulful cat, and Steve Porcaro is great. I mean, it's just they're an amazing bunch of folks. So, oh God, it's a perfect segue. Next song I was going to play is called "Sad Songs." Well, I should be a DJ. It was written by Billy and Bobby Alessi, and it's myself and Jeff, Greg Matheson on keyboards, Jay Graydon on guitar. The backgrounds are Myrna Matthews, Marty McCall, Patty Brooks, and Olivia on this one. So here we go. This is Sad Songs.
I can feel it coming. the high. Radio plays a sad song and brings it on. Loneliness surrounds me. My clouds bring rain. I don't play no sad songs. They'll make me cry.
She's a great singer. I mean, she really has just beautiful pipes. All of these tracks on this album, and most tracks I've played on during this period, are all on Frankenstein. For anybody that's curious, gear-wise, I would have just been going probably direct on it, and I would have had an amp with me in the studio, but I'm not sure whether or not we mic'd it or not. I'm not really sure. So much of the stuff I did with that bass was just direct. I would have an amp with me just for my own monitoring, but they would usually take it just a direct feed because that bass just has such a pure sound. This is the title track to the album, Making a Good Thing Better. And this was written by Peter Wingfield, and it's myself, Jeff Porcaro, Greg Matheson, John Farrar, who produced it, and Jay Graydon, both on guitar, Jeff and Joe Porcaro on percussion, and the string arrangements on this, and probably on the last one, was from James Newton Howard, who used to do a lot of sessions and then went on to become really a major film score composer, but great keyboard player too. And then the background vocalists on this are Myrna Matthews, Laura Kramer, and Julia Rinker. So here we go, the title track, Making a Good Thing Better.
Although I know comes over in the morning kiss. Don't do it like that. Do it like this. Making a good thing better. When love is gonna last forever. You'll see. Making a good thing better. That's the way we're gonna stay together. Make it so much better. When it's better, better. Make it so much better. Make it better, better. Make it better, better, better. Make it better, better, better. Better, better, better,
The bridge on that one felt like so Hall and Oates to me. This really felt like something that they would have cut. I mean, there's like tastes, like ABBA would have been great in one section, Hall and Oates in another. And so she's got great pipes, though. She's really a wonderful singer. Here's the last song I'm going to do for you here. This is called Don't Ask a Friend, and it was written by Olivia. And it's myself and Jeff Picaro and James Newton Howard on piano and harpsichord, and John Farrar and Jay Graydon on guitar. So here we go, Don't Ask a Friend.
Say you wanna hear most everything about him, but babe,
Kind of why
what
it's
you
doing that.
say is that you don't wanna doubt him. If I told you all the truth, you wouldn't wanna see him anymore. But I'm his friend as well, and there's no way I can tell tales that'll make you unsure. Don't ask a friend, don't make me tell a lie. Don't ask a friend to be your alibi. Know that I would like to help you patch it up again. I'm your lonely heart's club friend.
Nice change.
Don't ask a friend. I've known him for so long, to me he's like a brother. And if I needed help, well I know there'd be no other. But you're as close to me
fade. And that was when we weren't using clicks or anything. This wasn't all sequenced out and everything. This was just everybody in the room, her singing live with us, and just going for it. Yeah, the way I love making records and not sitting there, nitpicking everything and then saying, well, it needs to slow down a bit, and say, oh, we'll work on the computer, we'll get the click to slow down there. If you're great players and everybody's listening to each other, it's easy to do. The funny part of this project was when we finished, Olivia's managers called me and they said that she had a tour coming up and would I be interested in going on the road with her. And I said, I'd love to. I mean, she's such good people and it would have been a lot of fun. So they told me the dates. I said, yeah, I could do that. And then they said, and what would your fee be? And I told them. And they said, great, perfect. That all sounds good. And they sent me an agreement. And I opened it up and I looked at the agreement and I had to call them back because I said, the fee I quoted you was per day, not per week. And then I never heard from them again. It's like a little miscommunication there. When I opened it up, I just had to laugh to myself. Oh, no, this isn't quite what I had in mind. I've had that happen a few times. It's always kind of funny when it happens. I don't look at it as a big deal. I would have loved to have gone out and worked with her, but you set your own standards, and you're not going to change that. So I'm going to get myself packed up and stuff. I was glad that we got into the hotel here. I don't know. I guess I got to sleep about 5:30 or 6 this morning, and then slept for about 4 hours. So I'm feeling pretty good. That's 4 hours. I've had 5 hours sleep in 2 days. So it gets hard. I get in that bunk on the bus and I just don't sleep. So I've just been sitting here watching Netflix and been watching this show Manifest about a plane that disappeared for 5 years and then reappeared, and the people are only like a day older, but 5 years has gone by, and then there's all this weird crap going on. I mean, it's not like any kind of a new plot, but I was like 2 seasons. I was like at the end of season 2 and episode like 20 or something. I mean, it's just like every night. And it finally starts to look like maybe it'll be an answer, and then it comes up and says, coming new season. So I don't know what the hell. I'll figure something else out to watch, but I did the end of the drive just sitting up with Emery, our driver, and then we got in, checked into the hotel, and just trying to get online here was a nightmare. It's the hardest hotel to get online I've ever been in. And actually my computer is linked off of my phone. So, but we got to get packed up and get out of here, head to sound check. And tonight will be a lot of fun for us because it's not a co-bill with Chris Isaac. It is our own show tonight. So we'll be able to, we've been, with Chris, we do about a 90-minute set. When it's just Lyle on his own, we do about 2 hours and 45 minutes usually. So it's a different kind of show, but I'm really excited about that. So I'm going to get going, and as I have in the past, and I'll just do it briefly, I'm going to thank all of the healthcare workers and all of the frontline people who are still dealing with COVID. We've had some COVID issues out here on the road, not within our bubble, but there's been some issues out here, and one of the guys' wives came the past couple of shows, and she's a healthcare worker, and she was filling us in on what's going on and the problems that are still existing. And it's a little bit nerve-wracking when you look out there at that audience and they are packed like sardines and partying and drinking together and all this, and you just kind of go, man, I hope they're all okay. But I so appreciate that after 2.5+ years that there are people still working diligently every day trying to save people's lives. And there's still, like, I think on an average of like 300 people dying a day from this. So that's 300 families that are profoundly impacted by this horror of a condition that's taken place. So thank you, all of you that have done that. My heart is still with the people of Ukraine who have been going through just hell on earth at the hands of a psychotic madman, and we all know what those kind of people are like. This is just horrendous what they're doing, you know, in targeting civilians and women and children. I mean, it's just unconscionable. Special place, I think. If there's a hell, there's a real special area for people like him. And then just watching all of the craziness that's taking place here. It's every day is an adventure, I'll say that. So I'm just grateful that I'm out here making music and entertaining people and giving people a few hours a night of a break from a lot of stuff that's pretty stressful. So I'm out of here. You're out of here. I'll be back later. I'll be back tomorrow unless I find something interesting to film at the venue. Maybe I'll do a quick little tour of that. We'll see what happens, but I'm going to get going now. I got work to do. So bye-bye.